Jerry Jones. He says he's the end all be all to anything that's related to the Dallas Cowboys, from the socks and the jocks, from the color of the Gatorade. We must understand that this is Jerry Jones' team, and he said he's not changing none of that situation. He's never going to change Cowboy Nation, and this is the reality. So if you can look back between the last 20 to 25 years, all of the upsets and all of the heartbreaks and all of those things, it's Jerry Jones. Will he ever change? Mm-mm. Old dogs don't change at all. They keep those same tricks. And Jerry Jones, we playing right into his hands. You got to understand that within these last, 20 years, or you can really look at it and say within the last 15 years, you had a stadium that was built, $3.5 billion stadium. He had a workout facility, $3.5 billion workout facility. I could be off a little bit with the numbers, but who's counting? It's in the billions. And Jerry Jones, and within those same parameters of years, been elected or been honored as a Hall of Fame general manager / owner. And people think that he's going to change his philosophy. No, you don't do that. He bought a yacht, he bought a helicopter, and I do know that this has nothing to do with football, but he's living his best life, and all we can do is sit back and just watch. That's all we got. We just got to watch it. He's not going to change anything. He's not going to go out there and get the coaches that we want. He's not going to go out there and technically get the player that we want, especially now that he got his son with his toe in the water. So you got on one hand an ultra conservative guy, meaning Stephen Jones, then you got another guy that like to parlay. And I will say that the salary cap crunched us and folded us in half because Jerry Jones, he plays a lot of emotions on his heart. So he would love to give players boatloads of cash, but not understanding that the major flaws of this team is not just with coaching, it's also with general manager. Okay, you can say that Jerry Jones, the owner, he's pretty cool. To me personally, hey, I know some people would love to have Jerry Jones as the owner. As a matter of fact, between the last, 30 years or so that he's been inside of this organization, you can say that, hey, his ownership is cool. It's his general managing, it's his issue. And we can't separate the two. Unfortunately, he's a reincarnation of Al Davis. And that's just the reality. I would like for some of the Raiders fans, whoever watched this channel, who knows the Raiders, I want to know how they feel. Did they feel liberated when he finally gave up his situation? Because we already know that we don't want and wish for death for anybody. But I want to know how they feel because they still are uncovering and going through the ups and downs of the poor management and the poor ownership with the Raiders had. And they was a team that if people can look back and say they always had the talent, they always had this, they always had that. And I'm talking about the Raiders. And trust me, I'm not wishing and hoping for Jerry Jones to croak. No. Don't get Law Nation twisted because you guys know I will be here crying some real tears when that happened. And to be honest with you all, he might outlive us all. And that's not me just trying to laugh to kick it and all these sort of things. I'm just telling you guys the truth. Here's the thing. This organization, this team, we see the flaws. We see the mistakes. We can see all of these issues. But when you have a maverick of an owner and / GM, a rebel in a sense, a person who made his fortunes finding and digging for oil, and it ultimately to come true, for him to gamble, to risk, to borrow money that he don't got, to buy the Dallas Cowboys organization, who in returns the NFL collectively was losing, I believe, $1 million a month or something like that as it relates to the Dallas Cowboys organization. For him to flip that around, to brand his own merchandise. Well, the Dallas Cowboys branded. Nobody can say that the Cowboys organization, as far as remuneration, is at a subpar level. But we can say this, man, the Dallas Cowboys would be far off better if all of those fortunes that we put our things into place, like the $3.5 billion stadium, the $3.5 billion workout facility, I'm rounding it up because I know the value might be even more now, is that you spend all of these resources to making sure that you got all of this high technology. You got a head coach that don't use analytics and don't even know how to coach the game collectively. And I think that he's one great and one hell of a person, But coaching-wise, come on, man. We can see the flaws. So you didn't pick out an average person to construct all of those big old buildings and stuff like that, and all of those nice workout facilities. You didn't pick an average company. No, you picked out a proven company. You picked out a company that was the best in their particular, I guess, skill set. Why in the world would you pick an average coach or a coach on training, a coach learning on the job to lead this team? Because Jerry Jones wanted this way. And by him going on 105.3 The Fan, saying that, okay, yeah, I love what Troy Aikman did when he played with the silver and blue on. I love it. I love what Jimmy Johnson was doing. However, I'm the end all be all. I'm the person who pick out the cleats. I'm the person who pick out the socks. I'm the person who pick out the colors of the team. I'm the person who tell the team whether or not we're going to play on this type, where we're going to wear white jerseys, or whether or not we're going to wear the blue jerseys. I'm the person that's going to say who's going to be the coach, and I'm the person that's going to make the trades. I'm the person that's going to finalize on the free agency. I'm the person who's going to be in the draft room and tell people that they can come into the draft room. I'm the person who's going to give this person some love. I'm the person who's going to fire that person. I'm. Or me, Jerry Wayne Jones. And that's the reality, Cowboy Nation. I wish I could make it another way, but I can't. Let me know how you all feel about Jerry Wayne. Let me know. And it is what it is at this point. It is. Because we can wish, we can hope, and say that, well, we got 3 more games left in the season. Maybe some things can change. Maybe when we get into the playoff, I always tell people the positive aspect of having hope. When there's hope in the future, there's power in the present, and not just of the mind, of the temperaments that you can put out there and find. So hopefully we can find that, a glimpse of hope, and just be positive in this sense and say maybe the players can rally amongst themselves and say, hey, we're going to have to win in spite of coaching. But here's the conundrum of it. Normally, when that happened, you can look back and say, well, our guys are not missing tackles, our guys are not getting arrested, and our guys are executing their plays, and coaching maybe call a few bonehead plays here and there. The problem is with this whole situation, the players, that even I believe that they don't have that energy and that spark that we need to see out there. We leading in some good categories, but we leading in some bad categories. That's not a good recipe of saying that all of a sudden these things going to turn around. And for my time of watching football, we have yet to see those type of things being turned around. Want to know your thoughts, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboys. We still got to root for this team. We still support this team. Remember, a third of you all that's watching this was a fan of the Dallas Cowboys before Jerry Jones bought the team. Let that sink in. Salute.